Today on Catherine Learns Stuff, I'm going to walk you through how to make this cute happy birthday cake topper. So let's jump in. So we have some birthdays coming up and I decided to design a quick happy birthday cake topper. You can get a copy of this at my website, catherinelearnstuff.com, at the shop, and once you've got a copy of that, you'll simply need to upload that into Design Space. So I have Cricut Design Space open, and I'm going to select the upload button, and I've already imported it here into my files, but you can just hit the upload button and pull it into your Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to add this to my canvas. And you'll notice here that the size is large. It doesn't need to be this large. I'm going to change it down to 7.5 inches. And I think that's about a good size for making this cake topper because it won't overpower the cake. Now everything here on this design, the balloons are all the same size. All the white backgrounds behind the balloons are the same size. So it doesn't matter if you lose any of the pieces. I've selected this top dark blue to be a glitter blue cardstock, so that's going to be a dark blue. I'm going to use white below that. I'm going to use another blue, just regular cardstock below, and black. And if we just quickly ungroup this, you'll notice that there's two black pieces here so that you're not confused when you're cutting this out. You do need to cut out both black pieces. So I've set this up to be 7.5 inches in size, which is the size that I want. You can change this to any size you'd like, and we're just quickly going to select make it, and we're going to move over to our workstations. Now that I've got all my pieces cut out, I've got two black backgrounds, I've got one blue background, I've got white balloons and white background for letters, and I've got my glitter blue balloons and letters. I've left my letters on the mat so that I don't lose the pieces, because the B, the I, the dot of the I, and the H, they're all individual pieces and I don't like to lose them. So I'm going to leave those there until I need them. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start attaching the pieces. Now some of them are going to be offset and some of them are not, so we're going to start off with our balloons first, and we're going to use our balloons and our white backgrounds. All of the balloons and the backgrounds are the same size, so it doesn't matter which one you put where, but we're going to work with those ones first. Now for the balloons, I'm going to actually have them elevated, so I'm going to use some of my foam tape to have them elevated up off of the backing. So I'm just going to cut and put some pieces on one at a time so that they're all sticky. Now that all of my balloons have a piece of foam tape, I can put a little piece here at the bottom if I'd like to. I'm going to, just so that they doesn't break on me. But that's an option that you can do, but you don't need to. It's a little bit harder when the pieces get smaller, but it can be done. And now all of our pieces have the foam tape on the back, so we can simply just tape them onto our white pieces like so. Now our balloons are mostly finished. So we're going to pull off our white letter outline and our blue. So since we have our foam tape out, we're going to continue using some foam tape and we're going to put it on the back of our letters. Now that our foam tape is on, we're going to apply this onto the back of our blue outline. Now we just need to make sure that this is facing the right way before we take off our foam tape covers. So that fits right there, so that's in the right spot. We don't have to worry about it being in the wrong location. Okay, and now that all of our pieces have, all of our foam tape backing has been removed, we're going to carefully place this on top here without getting ourselves stuck. Okay, that part is done. Now I really want this birthday to pop, so these balloons that I worked on previously are going to get another layer of foam tape on the back, and then they're going to be placed onto these blue balloon spots. So back to our foam tape, or continuing with our foam tape, we're simply going to put more foam tape onto these balloons. So now that these are all foam taped up, we're going to take the tape off and place them onto our blue background. Okay, and now for the fun part. We're going to pull out our glue. I'm using my fancy Barely Art glue. And we're going to have to pull out these letters carefully and glue them onto our happy birthday. So we're going to slowly pull off piece by piece so that we don't lose anything. And for this activity, I need tweezers to make sure I don't lose anything. And there's happy. Okay, so that's getting close. Next, now that we've got our glue opened, we are going to put our name, our birthday sign on a black background. So quickly just applying more glue. I'm going to place this on here, like so. And we're getting close. For this next step, we're gonna need our glue gun, and I've got 2 wooden skewers that I use in cooking, but you can actually buy cake topper sticks that are made out of plastic. You can even use toothpicks depending on how big your cake is. My cake isn't very deep, so I'm gonna actually cut these to about 5 inches long or 6 inches long, so that part of it will be under the cake topper and part of it will be in the cake, but I don't need them to be too long. So I'm just quickly gonna snap them because I can. And we're going to get ready to glue these down. Now, they don't look very pretty here, which is okay, because that's going to be hidden in a second. So we're going to flip our cake topper over. And what to do is want to place them so that these guys are in the same location. So now I've got my nice board here, so I'm going to line them up so that they reach the same spot. Pull out this wood piece here. And I kind of want them to be like so into my cake. At the same height so that it kind of stands nicely on my cake. And now that my glue is hot, I'm simply going to glue these into place with my glue gun. And now we're going to let that dry. Now while this is drying, we have our other piece. We need to make sure that we're flipping them in the right direction so that we're working in the same spots. Okay, so this is going to connect this way, so we need to make sure that this is the side that we're going to be using. So we have a few options. This doesn't look very pretty, so we can glue this piece on or we can use foam tape. And since these are about the same thickness as my foam tape, I'm simply going to put foam tape around the edges here so that I can tape this on top of my topper so that the back side looks pretty and not all gluey and whatnot. So just quickly adding some foam tape onto this. Okay, and we're going to take these off and tape on our backing. Okay, now this is ready to go. So just want to align it and push it down. And there you have it. Your birthday cake topper is done. And there you have it. Your happy birthday cake topper is complete. In the description below, I've listed where you can get a copy of this cake topper design, as well as I've listed all the products that I've used in the details below. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.